I'm trying to think about what can we talk about today. There it is right there. Tesla Cybertruck prices are dropping by tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. Wait, hold up. This is supposed to be the vehicle that everyone would want to have, that everyone was lining up for. There's a wait list for this truck. Why are prices dropping by tens of thousands at auctions then? Is there not demand? Do not people want to see and ride around in the Cybertruck? Like, isn't that this supposed to make you cool in the neighborhood, out in public, in a Cybertruck? Why are prices dropping then? Because usually price dropping is an indication that there's not that demand that you probably thought it was. That people maybe don't see Cybertruck as it. Maybe it just doesn't look good out on the street. Yeah, you can deck it, make it look all nice and clean on the showroom floor, doing, publicity events for the truck so you can promote it. But when you actually get the truck in the environment that you drive it every day, maybe just look ugly. Have you thought about that? When it actually hits the elements of dust, of smog, of pollution, of rain, of snow, of salt, maybe it just doesn't look good when it gets dirty. In just a few weeks, Cybertruck auction prices have plummeted thanks to a quote market crash. Already? Like, Cybertruck just came out not that long ago. How are we now seeing a market crash for the truck? Look at that. It just looks ugly in public. Now, this is just my opinion. You may be a Cybertruck fanatic. Cool, have at it. But I think the perception of the truck just doesn't look pleasing to the eyes. It looks like a 12-year-old. Well, let me pull that back. It looks like an 8-year-old created it. It doesn't look like an adult would want to drive this truck. It looks childish. It doesn't look manly. If a man wants to have a Cybertruck, they don't want to have it look like a child drew it or created it. That is what it looks like. It doesn't look like a man will want to drive it because it doesn't look manly. After just a few weeks, Tesla Cybertrucks have already stopped commanding $200,000 plus auction prices as the resale market becomes lightly flooded with the stainless steel monstrosities. It's flooded. And the wait list of people trying to buy these Cybertrucks, that's where the demand is. When these trucks hit the auction block, nobody's coming in trying to buy it. They're not trying to buy these high prices because maybe when they see it, like you said, visually out in public, it just doesn't look like it can command $200,000+. One wholesaler even told Automotive News that it was, quote, a market crash. That's a wholesaler. So that person who told Automotive News, I think he knows what he's talking about. He's in the business. Tesla rather famously has a massive reservation backlog for the electric pickup truck that launched back in November. So from November to March, it's already a market crash. Very short time frame. Where did the demand go? Maybe people just can't afford $200,000. Like, maybe he needs to lower the price, like he's doing already with his other EV vehicles in Tesla. In order for you to push and make cars, you got to make it an attractive price point. Don't nobody want to pay $200,000 for that. That's trash. Look, garbage. But the people who have a reservation, I wonder if they will cancel those reservations once they see that once I buy it and I want to resell it, I'm not going to get what I actually paid for, or I can at least make something off of this, or at least minimize my losses. The article goes on to continue to write, since then, dealers have been paying more than double the sticker price for Foundation Series Cybertrucks. Earlier this week, we reported on a flipped Cybertruck that was being flipped again by a Florida Porsche dealership for nearly 300 racks. Are you 300 racks for that? Like, I think people are trying to act like they're like they're in, like they can afford a Cybertruck because it's the quote new thing. But give it a couple of years. Who would want to drive that? And it's no longer on the dealer's website. So yeah, it's the hype. It's the rave right now. Everybody's talking about it. I get it. You won't be one of the first ones to ride around in the neighborhood because you already know there's not a lot of them on the street. So if you ride around in one, people already know that you got something. You obviously got some type of bread. But oh, how times have changed. A Manheim auction in Dallas on March 5th, okay, 5 days ago, bought final bids of $195,500 and $189,000 for 2 Cybertrucks auctioned by the wholesaler GiveMeTheVin.com. Those are fairly strong numbers. Okay, cool. But when you consider that the wholesaler sold a Cybertruck for $244,000 just last week, it doesn't look too good. So in less than 7 days, that is how much value has been lost in the Cybertruck. $244,000 to like $195,000. So like 44, 45, almost $50,000 has been wiped away in less than 7 days. $50,000, get that. Here's some more information from Auto News on the latest Cybertruck crash. Though admittedly, the wheels stayed on this time. Quote, "This is what I was afraid would happen in the Cybertruck market from last week," said John Clay Wolf, president and founder of GiveMeTheVin.com, or GMTV. "Just absolutely crashed," he said Wednesday on Instagram. Quote, "Why? People race to be the first," Wolf said. "Where it's going to settle? Don't know. But we deal in an open market system and it is what it is." He also said a different seller got $191,000 for a Cybertruck at the auction. Open market. People dictate what price will be. If you cannot get the Cybertruck for $200K, then you're going to lower the price. Can I get a buyer at $195? Nope. Can I get a buyer at $180? Nope. Can I get a buyer at $170? So if the market is going to set price, maybe Elon has the Cybertruck priced too high. In a press release, GMTV said it's adjusting its offers to Cybertruck owners who want to sell to the wholesaler, which said it has annual revenues of nearly $2 billion. "We've adjusted all of GMTV's offers on Tesla Cybertruck based on today's market," meaning he lowered the price. A base Cybertruck Foundation series has a sticker price of $102,235, including destination. But it is only being sold through invitations by Tesla to reservation holders. If you want a Foundation Series Cyber Beast, you're going to need to fork over 20 racks more. Tesla is trying extremely hard to deter this type of flippage from happening, but it doesn't really seem to be working. There's even a clause in the sales agreement that forbids resale within 12 months of purchase. And if you disobey it, Tesla could hit you with 50 racks penalty. Now, could this be the reason why people aren't flocking to go out and rebuy Cybertrucks? It was commanding a massive price. People could buy it for $102,000, go back to a wholesaler, sell it for $195,000, $200,000 because it's the it thing. There's not that many out there on the road, so the demand is naturally there. But what I'm concerned about is, can it command those prices 6 months, a year, 2 years down the road? Will Cybertruck still be worth 6 figures? Basking in the Southern California sun, this Cybertruck looked frankly horrible. This was an article written on November the 6th, 2023, so last year. Daniel Goldson don't like the Cybertruck. It looks terrible, even in matted black. I've been around hundreds of prototype cars in my career, ranging from the early test mules to near production prototypes, and I've never seen an automaker proudly present something of this poor quality. especially not this late in development. It is absolutely baffling to me that Tesla lead designer would parade around a vehicle in this condition just weeks before deliveries of production cars are allegedly commencing, and even more baffling that he parked it at such a public enthusiast event. He is even giving us shots of the Tesla Cybertruck. Look at these massive gaps. This is supposed to be the final product, the final prototype before the mass production hits on these Cybertrucks. And look at that gap right there. Take a look. It looks like it's retarded. It looked like the Cybertruck is slow. It looked like it has issues with moving. Locomotion. Look at the Porsche in the back of the image. It looks more glossy. It looked fire. It looked like it's more luxury. The Cybertruck, frankly, doesn't look like that. Like the hubcaps gotta go. Like those, I just don't understand that layout of those hubcaps. Look at this. Does that make any sense to you? Why is not the angles flushed? There's too many gaps. It's lopsided. It's not even. But you want to make people pay $200,000, $100,000 for that? Again, it's not flush. It's not even leveled. It's off sync. It's not even on track. Look at that. But you want to pull it and show it off in a public event. And it just doesn't look like people are flocking to it. Yeah, they're looking at it, but it doesn't, like, you could see no happy expressions on these people's faces. Look at that, even tearing up already. You should not be seeing that on a new prototype. Like, really? Is it not, like, is the production, the manufacturing of this Cybertruck a problem, an issue? Why are there these gaps? Like, you cannot have this when it comes to weather. You need to make sure that it's as tight as possible so that water doesn't infiltrate on the interior of the vehicle and cause more damage on the inside. But this is what they showed to the people in California November of 2023. Okay. Look at these close-up images of the Cybertruck. Look at the bottom base of the Cybertruck in the rear. Even look at that. That should not be like that. Okay. Yes, this is still just a prototype at the end of the day. But at this stage of development, this close to customer deliveries starting, I couldn't help but feel something akin to secondhand embarrassment when looking at it. If Tesla feels comfortable showing this Cybertruck off, I don't think it bodes well for early customers. Tesla has made fantastic attractive cars in the past. I'm a big fan of the early Model S and even defend the Model X's design, but the Cybertruck is shaping up to be a nightmare. Luckily, there are plenty of other automakers producing wonderful EVs that both look and feel like the future, a sentiment solidified in my mind after spotting a couple of Hummer EVs and dozens of Rivians in traffic later in the day. So this man who wrote this article has completely diverted his attention off of this monstrosity of what they call a Cybertruck with all of his impurities, and he went and started looking at other EVs. Like, that's something that Tesla don't want to have happen, because that's going to hurt production and demand. If If you're going to flaunt something out for the first time, it best to be the best. It should not have any kinks, no wrinkles, no issues, no dents. But this one did, and they wanted to show it off to people. I think it was kind of rushed. Maybe it could have been rushed. What do you guys think? But anyway, here we're going to look at the price of Tesla though, because if the demand for this thing is dropping, maybe the price is going to drop too. This Tesla stock. So here it is right here. I did a price prediction Tesla right here back in February, looking for a market to go up. It did, and I did update. I'm not sure when I did. You had to go to the channel and see. It's in the playlist, but the market got hung up right here at like $205, $206. It couldn't break above it. That alone should have told you that there's issues at Tesla within the stock. People aren't believing in Tesla right now, because if they were, the market will be going the opposite direction. Instead of it going down, it will be going up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut this price prediction out the way. Hopefully you was able to grab something out of that particular move higher in Tesla, because now, just like the demand, the price in the Cybertruck is dropping, it looked like Tesla's price is going to continue to drop too. But how low? Here it is on the monthly chart. We got these other two buy zones here on the chart, 165 and then like 150. Those are the next buy zones that I'm looking for Tesla to run down towards. Here it is on the weekly chart. Don't want to be the deliverer of bad news, but we got this indication of weakness there. And it just continues to fall off of what we've been going through in Tesla over the last couple of weeks. It's like the downtrend is going to resume. So don't get it twisted. If you see the price in Tesla continue to go lower, that's weakness there. Here it is on the 2 weeks. Again, the last 2 weeks, price tried to go higher, got rejected, closed on a low. I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm just showing you evidence that the market is not believing in Tesla right now. Here it is on the 3. Take a look at Tesla on the 5. This is the concluded 5-weekly bar there. Off of the last 5 weeks to where we got the indication of weakness. It is what it is. So I think price in Tesla is going to continue to dip. Now, I don't think it's going to go that far yet because of these two buy zones. So these are going to be my targets right there. So let me put this here. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this buy zone there because price is no longer trading above it. It is not utilizing that buy zone as support. And we're going to drop these targets. This now is going to be our sell zone. So we're just going to lower our sell zone in Tesla now. So this means that if price do go up in Tesla, that we suspect that selling is going to increase here around $200. Now let's hit these targets. First target is going to be here at this buy zone, 163, 164, you know, in that vicinity, around that area. That gives us 6.57% there. Second target is going to be down there around 150, 151, give or take 13.5% there. And I'm done. Just like the Cybertruck is ugly, in my opinion, Tesla stock is looking pretty ugly right now. But again, it's your choice. You let me know your thoughts. Make sure you maintain the profitability. And as always, trade different.